this life, not everything that glitters is gold. Some things may look like blessings at first, but deep down they carry darkness. Before you read this story, just remember, greed can make a man blind, and sometimes, free gifts can turn out to be the most expensive thing you'll ever collect. In the quiet village of Akama, people lived peaceful and simple lives. The village was blessed with rich palm oil, gold dust buried in the hills, and fertile farmlands that could grow anything planted. Most people were farmers and traders, but among them were two young men, Caleb and David, best friends who worked together as phone dealers. They were known in the whole plaza, the two hustlers who always had the latest phones even though they had no shop. No one could understand how they managed to sell better than the registered store owners. Caleb and David were always shouting, "Original iPhone 17 Pro Max, straight from London. Samsung Galaxy Ultra, best price. Come buy, no regret." People trusted them because they were friendly and convincing. But deep down they were struggling. Most days, they made only 2,000 Nigerian nairas or sometimes 5,000 Nigerian nairas when business was good. They would trek home tired and hungry, their slippers almost tearing, and sit in their tiny ghetto room wondering when life would change. One hot evening, after a long and fruitless day, Caleb walked slowly with David through a lonely road at the outskirt of Uyo. Caleb sighed deeply. "My brother, I'm tired of this life. Every day we hustle, nothing to show. Maybe it's time I do something different." David looked at him curiously. "Do what, Caleb? What are you thinking again?" Caleb didn't respond. His eyes caught something strange by the roadside, a black nylon bag sitting quietly in the dust. "Wait, what is that?" Caleb asked, walking closer. "Leave that thing a bag, it may be something dangerous like drugs," David said, taking a step back. But curiosity had already gripped Caleb. He bent down, picked the bag, and felt something heavy inside. His heart began to beat faster. "Let's carry it home first," he said. They both ran home, entered their small dark room with zinc roof and uneven walls, and dropped the bag on the floor. David hesitated. "Are you sure we should open this?" Caleb smiled. "Of course. Let's at least see what's inside." When he tore the nylon open, their eyes widened. Phones upon phones, all brand new, still in boxes. David shouted, "Jesus! Caleb, this is money." Caleb laughed, tears almost coming out. "We have made it, my brother. God has remembered us." They brought out everything, iPhones, Samsungs, even tablets and smartwatches. David asked, "But who dropped all these carelessly like this?" Caleb shrugged. "My brother, that one is not my business. Maybe God just decided to bless us today. Don't spoil the miracle." That night, for the first time in months, they ate fried rice and chicken. Caleb even bought malt and said, "From today, poverty don't end." The next morning, they set up a small table under a mango tree in the plaza. They arranged the phones neatly and started selling. Within hours, people crowded them. Students, workers, even other phone dealers. "Caleb, David, where una see all these phones from?" one man asked suspiciously. Caleb just smiled. "My brother, we get connections. We day import small. That first day, they sold 8 phones and went home counting money till night. David shouted, "God is indeed good. Caleb, you're a man of vision." Caleb smiled proudly. "I always follow my instincts." But that night things changed. Both of them had the same dream. A tall man wearing a black mask appeared and said in a deep, frightening voice, "Give me my phones." They both woke up sweating and shouting. Caleb quickly switched on his small torchlight. "David, I saw a man in my dream." David's voice shook. "Me too. He said we should return the phones." Before they could even calm down, the same man appeared in their room, standing by the door. "Jesus!" Caleb shouted. The man laughed, a deep, echoing laugh that filled the room. "I was the one that dropped the phones. I knew you two would pick them. You humans are so greedy. Please don't harm us," David begged. The man raised his hand. "Shut up. You already belong to me." They were trembling. "The more you sell the phones, the more souls I gain," the man said and laughed louder. "But you can keep the money, but on one condition. Just don't ever leave this house to any other furnished building. If you try it, you'll die. You both are to leave here forever." And before they could say anything, he disappeared like smoke. They sat on the floor, shaking and sweating. "What have we done?" David asked. Caleb took a deep breath. "Don't panic. Let's just obey him. As long as we don't move out from here, we'll be fine. At least he said we should keep the money." Weeks passed. They kept selling and the phones never finished. The more they sold, the more money they made. Before long, they bought cars, dressed in designers, and even bought a new shop. But people started talking. Why are these boys still living in the ghetto when they have money? Their neighbor, Famous, confronted them one day. "My guys, all this money and you're still living here with us? Me I no fido. I go rent a fine house if I be Una." Caleb laughed. "You see, we just love this place. We started here and we'll stay humble here. Don't worry, once the time is right, we will move out." Famous shook his head. "No you sabio." But deep down, David was already tired. He wanted to move out. The smell, the noise, the bad drainage. Everything irritated him. One evening David said, "Caleb, let's see a pastor. Maybe he can break whatever curse that man put on us." Caleb liked the idea and agreed. And the next day they met a pastor who wore a shiny suit and spoke in tongues. Unknown to them, he was a fake man of God. After prayer he said, "You are free, my sons. Just sow a seed for your freedom." They gave him plenty of money and quickly rented a big mansion in Uyo. That night, they celebrated with music, food, and 2 beautiful ladies they brought to the house. Everyone laughed and danced till late. But at midnight things turned dark. Plates started falling from the kitchen. The TV turned on by itself. A baby's cry echoed from the empty corridor. The lights flickered. The ladies screamed and ran out the next morning shouting, "You people are ritualists." From that night, every time they tried to sleep, they heard footsteps and whispers. The man's laughter filled the house. Panicking, they rushed back to the fake pastor. He smiled and said, "Don't worry, I will fast for you." Then he collected more money and left. But that night the man appeared again, this time with a whip in his hand. He flogged Caleb and David hard. "I warned you never to leave that house," he shouted, striking them repeatedly. They cried and begged, rolling on the floor. The man pointed at them. "From today, your punishment begins." He disappeared again, and both of them began laughing and crying at the same time. Madness took over. The next morning, people in Uyo saw them walking half-naked on the street, shouting, "We sold phones for the devil. He owns us now." People were shocked and surprised. Some said it was too true for them to just make it overnight. It was a terrible sight. Months later, they were both found dead on the street, their eyes open, mouths twisted in pain. And that was how Caleb and David's story ended. The boys who got everything they wanted but lost their souls trying to keep it. Moral lessons. Not every blessing comes from God. Some opportunities are traps in disguise. Greed and impatience can destroy even the smartest person. When something looks too good to be true, it usually doesn't last. Evil money doesn't bring peace. It buys sorrow in bulk. Always pray and seek the truth before accepting strange gifts.